really just zoned in, I guess. I was accountable on my team, just knowing they had my back, and I really just kept throwing, and they had my back. So I was kind of zoned out, made pitches, and that was the big thing about it.
At what point?
For you, Angelo, just being zoned in, finding the strike zone early and often, how good did that feel?
It was really good. Honestly, I felt it out here in my throwing drill, and I was just kind of staying loose and just hitting my spots really well, and then I was able to do the same thing out on the mound. So it ended up working out really well.
Did you find that they were a little extra aggressive? Danny and I were kind of noticing that they after their rally in that first game, that they felt like they were coming out swinging a little bit more aggressively early. Was that something you noticed and you were able to capitalize on?
For sure, I knew I had to start strikes, making them see a different strike here and there, and just keep painting, and then I could start slowly expanding my zone here and there, and then I was just getting swings, and I just try to stay on the same track.
What did Coach tell you when he came out the mound?
He was proud of me. I mean, that's who I am. I just need to be consistent and just keep those things going, have my team behind me, and just trust them. That's a big thing.
All right, thank you.
Awesome.
Just a gutsy performance. Man, Sam Houston can really sit down and guard, and they're physical and faster than Grease Lightning and all those things put together. But I thought we were tougher in the fourth quarter. We out-rebounded them, played really good team defense, and made a couple plays when we had too late, and just one of those typical whack grinders. But we would have lost this game a month ago because we're learning how to win here late, and that's what we want. And that's 2 games in a row that we've come from behind to win, and it feels good.
Coach Haley, you know, the senior leadership of this group has been key for you guys at key moments down the stretch throughout the season. But just how does this one feel to get this last home win before you guys close out your 2 road games, specifically coming up with Utah Valley, a team that's had the number, and now there's an opportunity to get one on the road now.
Yeah, for sure. Before we talk about that, but there's a plus-minus thing on your score sheet. And when Haley was on the floor today, we were plus 19 points. And that's pretty good. There's nobody else that was more than 8. So that was a really good game.
Good job, Ray. Thanks.
But what was your question, Ray Ray? Sorry.
Just to the senior group.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm real happy for Haley because she's been here 4 years. She was my first recruit.
I was his first commit.
First commit ever. And her hometown is my wife's hometown, so there's a lot of love for Haley. And then Tiffany's been here 4 years as well. She was our second recruit that we signed. Buju's been here for 4 years. And then Janae's been just a great leader for us, mentally strong kid that's really knows the game of basketball, and she's been here for 3 years. And I mean, we battled. All these guys had to go through COVID. We lost Coach Hill during their time here. I mean, there's a lot of things that happened, and they persevered, and that's why they're going to be winners in life, because they handled so much adversity in the 4 years they've been here with all the things we had to go through. So we're just proud of them that they stuck it out, and that every one of them contributed today. Buju probably had her best game in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Haley was outstanding. Janae was outstanding. And Tip did some really good things too. So couldn't be any sweeter, guys.
Just 2 questions, Coach.
Craziest, wildest, befuddling, jaw-dropping, worst, best game ever played. It's awful. It was good too. There was a lot of mistakes made, a lot of bad things happened. You know, I know players are exhausted. I'm exhausted. I got an eye twitch here, but it's just wild, man. I have no other words. Wild game. You know, this team makes me want to pull my hair out sometimes. With some of the things we do, you know, we gave up a history of points off turnovers, but we shot 60% from the field. So a lot of fouls. It's just the game. I mean, it's 10 to 10. I mean, I got here at 4:45 for the women's midway through the women's game. And women's game goes in overtime. Our game goes into overtime. OT Saturday, man. But proud of our resilience, our fight. Got our 15th win of the year. Almost double our win total last year. So these games, provide some mettle, and we got one more regular season to play. We'll see which team shows up. But tonight, I'm very, very happy with how our guys play.
Coach Will Johnson shows up tonight, provides a very big spark, shooting outside. What did you see from his performance tonight?
Well, I think it's been key that in our wins, he's been a major contributor in all of our wins, I think, except for one this year, and that was at Tarleton. I think every other game that we have won, all 15, I think he has majorly contributed. I could be wrong, but I think he's been a major contributor in what we've done. And, Justin draws so much attention. So when that happened, Will's able to, do what he did. He had a clean look in regulation with 1.2. How about that? The ceiling's not high enough. They throw it up against the ceiling. Craziness, crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, to answer your question, his playing made things happen.
Would you call today's win a full day's shift of work with everything that went on throughout the course of the game?
Yeah, no, it is full. I'm exhausted, Ray. Those guys never quit. We never quit. We played bad basketball. They played bad basketball. We played good basketball. They played good basketball. I mean, it just, officials were bad. Officials were good. I probably get reprimanded for that, but I don't care. I felt like my technical, I deserved it. I had to get something to take us to fight for my team.
And what's going to take for you to get your team to show up for that regular season finale at Riverside?
I think if you just seen what we just went through, I think that should be self-motivation, to be honest with you. As much as we were deflated and let down against Utah Tech because we didn't show up to play and we had to, get behind. We've done that twice this year where, and I was very, very, very disappointed that we come in and drop 4 straight games at home and not blown out or anything, but just, don't have enough moxie about us to win those games. And so we finally figured it out. It's going to be played, but, here's the thing. I think the WAC is wacky. So, like this team we just played, they beat the #1 team in the league just the other night, and it wasn't even close. And so, I think anything can happen, and it's just crazy.